Welcome back to Morning Footy. Well, MLS Decision Day is happening this weekend. Hard to believe, which means the postseason is right around the corner, and that also means it's time to talk about some MLS end-of-season awards, which are currently being decided right now. So today, we are going to cast our votes for a few of these awards. You guys ready to do this?
Dun, dun, dun,
Prepared?
Let's go.
We're starting with the MLS Newcomer of the Year. Now, this is not Young Player of the Year. This is someone who is playing in their first season in MLS. So here's a look at the leading candidates. We've got Luis Suarez, Gabriel Peck from the LA Galaxy, Peter Musa for FC Dallas, and Jonathan Rodriguez from the Portland Timbers. And I'm just going to get into it right now. Three of us picked Gabriel Peck.
Yep, I'm one of them.
I am one of them.
Yeah, I'm one of them.
Yep, so all three of us. Why did you lean towards Gabriel Peck, Lahoud?
So the LA Galaxy have struggled the last couple seasons because they've gotten it wrong in the DP department. And at the start of this season, I said that if they get it right in the DPs, they'll get it right in the postseason and in the season. This guy's been a home run. And I don't think we saw what he could do in the final third in terms of goal scoring. I think we kind of gambled, and the Galaxy gambled, that he would get assists. But getting goals is one thing, 15 to his name in the regular season, but it's who you're scoring goals against that makes me take notice. Of his 15 goals, 11 have come against playoff caliber sides. And the 12 assists, that puts him at 27 goal contributions in the season. And in the last couple games, he's red hot. Players that tend to go into the playoffs hot tend to finish the postseason hot. And the Galaxy are my team to come out of the West because of Gabriel Peck.
Yeah.
For me, it was between Luis Suarez and Gabriel Peck.
Same.
And honestly, the thing that made the decision is just the big turnaround that LA Galaxy have had. Gabriel Peck is a big part of that, and also all the goal contributions. Luis Suarez, I believe, has scored more goals, but Gabriel Peck with the assist just notched it just over.
He's been so impressive. I think also for me, it's that LA Galaxy have been at or near the top of the Western Conference standings
the whole season.
The entire season, which is such a turnaround. You mentioned it, Alexis, from where they were last year. So for a guy like that, I mean, we talk about the three Ps with the LA Galaxy, right? So Gabriel Peck, Paintsel, Puig. They've just been tremendous for them. Yeah. You mentioned, though, Suarez was the guy that I was sort of deciding between. And I know, Nico, you chose him.
Yeah.
For me, I didn't feel right about it. I don't know why. And I don't know if it's because he is such an icon of the game. It almost felt disrespectful to give him Newcomer of the Year. I don't know. Maybe that's a warped way of thinking.
I do agree with you. For the sake of this segment, I chose Suarez. I think I'm more Peck leading than Suarez leading.
I could go either way for me.
But it's very difficult to make a case against Suarez.
100%.
And
carried a team with one knee.
It doesn't matter how old you are,
one knee.
and it doesn't matter what your past is. This is your first season in Major League Soccer, and we had serious questions about Luis Suarez and his health. Yeah. And he shouldered the burden of putting this team on his back, along with a lot of help. The team was very good surrounding Suarez as well when Messi was gone. Right. But when Messi was gone, this guy said, all right, I'll take care of business.
Yeah, I'll hold down the fort.
He took care of business, and if you're talking about a team that's been on the top for so long, to one-up LA Galaxy, Inter Miami, and without this guy, I don't think they'd be there.
There's no Messi, and he still found time to throw his national team coach under the bus. I mean, that's a lot he was able to do.
Well, I like your shout for it, because when you look at this award, it's kind of hard to see him not getting it. The star power, the name, the marketability, it kind of fits. But I still like Gabriel Peck, though.
Yeah, same.
The thing is, I think Luis Suarez will probably win.
I think he will.
I think so,
too.
I think so.
Yep. All right, let's move it along to Defender of the Year. Let's take a look at the nominees in this category. We've got Steven Moreira from the Columbus Crew, Yeimar Gomez Andrade from Seattle Sounders, Adilson Malanda from Charlotte FC, Ranko Veselinovic from the Vancouver Whitecaps, and Miles Robinson.
A little easier on that last one.
Of FC San Diego. Yeah, those were some names. Alexis, who'd you go with?
I went with Miles Robinson. Simple reason is, I thought about him staying in the league when he had the opportunity to go to Europe. Comes in, he's got, what's the guy's name that got injured? I can't remember his name now.
Miazga.
Yeah. Thank you, Matt Miazga. Miazga goes down. He held down that back line like a true champ. Where I thought maybe he was, a surplus. when they first got him, surplus to riches. They were already good on that back line. Why you need a guy like Miles Robinson? Why are you paying so much? And then to see Matt Miazga go down, absolute, to me, amazing. Did a great job.
I was on the Miles train until I looked at the tape in the last couple of months and saw FC Cincinnati not being able to find that e-break because they're kind of doing this right now. But I think they'll get it right. I went with Seattle Sounders' own Yaimar Andrade. The Sounders, they are the best defensive side in the league, and typically the award goes to defenders that are the fulcrum and the cornerstone of what the Sounders are doing. One aspect of his game I think he's improved in significantly. Yes, he has the power, the pace. It's just reading of the game. I think he leads the league in terms of interceptions, or if he's not leading, he's near the very top. And I got to play with and watch some of the best defenders in Major League Soccer earlier in my career, Michael Parkhurst being one of them. And Parkey was excellent at reading the game, and he always said that you don't have to make tackles if you're reading the game, and you're just putting yourself at the right place at the right time. So he's my guy.
I love it. Nico and I had the same choice, which was Steven Moreira of the Columbus Crew. So for me, Columbus defensively have been sound. They're tied for third with 1.2 goals conceded a game. He also contributed 2 goals and 3 assists this season. But for me, what I found really interesting when I was diving into some of his numbers, 0 bookings and 0 send-offs, which is pretty incredible for a defender, which tells me how disciplined this guy's game is and how effective that can be, and what a consistent presence he's been able to be for the Columbus Crew on that back line. I think you can make a case for any of those guys, but that's what set him apart.
Here's my difficulty with this. He is the best player that is a defender, but is he the best defender?
In the whole league?
Yeah.
I think defensively, Columbus, we talk a lot about their attack. They're solid.
Yes.
It's reliable. You know what you're going to get game in, game out. It's got an identity, and Steven Moreira has been a very important part of all of that.
All true.
Like, he's better than Camacho. I wouldn't put Camacho up there as one of the better defenders in the league.
Is he like the best 1v1 defender? No. You get what I mean? That's the difficulty in something like this. When you have a team like Columbus, I don't know why I was going to go Columbus like Liverpool.
I'm in your head. I'm in your head.
But that's a lot of credit to the system, right?
That's true.
That works for them.
Should work
and
against
it's
them.
difficult. It's like, best system of the league. It's like that the award doesn't exist. I feel like there has to be some type of recognition for that in Columbus, and Steven Moreira amongst the defenders is the best shout.
With this, to go to your point, if you remove any of these defenders from their team and their back line, how much does that impact?
Yeah.
It's a great point. Can make a case
Cincinnati
for all of them. All right, let's move it
tailspin.
along to goalkeeper of the year. Here's a look at the nominees there. Christian Kalina from Charlotte FC, Matt Freese of New York City FC, Roman Berkey, St. Louis, Steve Clark of Houston, and John McCarthy from the LA Galaxy. Alexis, I have a feeling I know who you went with.
That's right. Step right up, Matt Freese, baby. Just a goalkeeper that I got to see firsthand many times this season. An absolute, probably the reason why New York City FC for a very long time floated in the position that they did in the standings, trying to figure out the tactics, trying to figure out exactly what to do with Santi when he's on the pitch and all these things. He was an absolute stonewall in the back. Some of his numbers, he's got 3.7 saves per 90, 73.3% save percentage, 5.5 goals prevented. None of those numbers that I mentioned are at the top, but he does a lot that keeps him at the top. And for me, that's the goalkeeper of the year.
Did you have him?
I agree.
As well?
I mean, I don't want to add any more stats to that. To the point where he had people on our desk that are former national team players considering him for a national team shout. I think it means a lot. To do that at New York City FC in an up and down season, that stabled out towards the end. I think considers it's worthy of a shout.
All right, so Matt Freese got your votes. Lahoud, where'd you go?
Matt Freese was second in my votes. I got to see him play, and I was really impressed with him. But I'm thinking about championships, and I'm thinking about the team that's at the top of the West right now and could vie for an MLS Cup. A player who doesn't get talked enough about is my former teammate, Johnny McCarthy. He is such a solid goalkeeper, and he's won a championship before. And I think that MLS Cup he won with LAFC really has given him, has really given him that sense of confidence that this is his team that's his own. He doesn't have the shutouts that some of these other goalkeepers have, but he's a big game player. El Clasico at different times this year, El Clasico in LA. He's come up with monster saves, and he's always good for 1 or 2 massive saves when you go into the playoffs. that you need. And he's great on penalty kicks. So he's just got that complete package.
No, I like that shout a lot. This category was the one where I thought the margins were just really small. I had a harder time with this one, but I went with Christian Kalina from Charlotte FC. And the biggest reason for them is that they don't score a lot of goals, so they can't concede a lot of goals. And he hasn't. I think he had a run. He had 11 shutouts on the season. Just a really good shot stopper. He's also coming back from a severe back injury that he had last year. And I thought that, looking at where they are in the standings and they're going to be playing in the postseason, I think a big reason that they are where they are is because of this guy. So that's kind of why
He also
I went
looks
with
like he
Christian
killed
Kalina.
Apollo Creed.
Yeah,
This guy's a monster.
he is. That's a big boy.
The funny thing with these awards, last year was Roman Berkey who won Goalkeeper of the Year.
Yeah.
But then after the playoffs, we realized that one of the best goalkeepers, if not the best goalkeeper, was Patrick Schulte.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Right?
True.
Crazy,
Yeah,
crazy.
got an opportunity with the men's national team because of how good he played.
All right, we're going to hand out some more awards as the week goes on, but right now we are going to take another time out.